YeahThisMilk starring.
This cousin. Ha, check it. I lost a lot of sleep and dreams. It's two insomniacs, red eye alumni. We do it from the cardiac. Self-made, we adapt to any habitat. I got this heat, but you ain't playing with my thermostat. Y'all think I'm fly? You can see the stuff I'm on. Dirty job, you can tell what I'm stepping on. I walk the walk, I talk the talk, my lessons learned. I'm angelic with the flow, the wings are earned. I'm in a cadre of madres and padres. We spit calligraphy until it's imagery. I paint picture with the symphony. F flow, flutes, timpani, orchestrated in the ether. They call it ministry. Tell Caesar no toleration for tyrants. The bombs ticking, we outnumber the hydrants. I'm fair in height, I elevate the climate. A young lion with science, that's what you call guidance. That's what you call guidance. But check it, hey. Today I'm student, tomorrow I'm teacher. Be at the sideline, the end zone, skybox bleachers. Something got to change cause the anger can't feed us. Y'all know what happens mixing a lion with cheetahs? It get to cracking like a skillet up a heater. Somebody leaving salty like a rim of margarita. Damn, sound like a happy hour up at Applebee's. These are neighborhood bars, pardon me. I'm from a place, oh yes, they call it Detroit. I'm authentic, you can tell me from them decoys. Shirts and skins, the crack fiends, D-boy, they call me public enemy. I bring noise. What up, dope milk?
Bro, let me ask you this, man. You say you're from the D. What side of the D town you from, bro?
East side till I die, all day. McClellan and Mac, 3737. Grew up on McClellan all my life. Up and down the street.
Can you tell us about how, make us feel like we was born in the D. Give us a typical day of Abyss being back home.
Well, you know, like we were like right by the revolution. How can I say the 60s, the 60s Detroit. I was right like post riot, and I was right off Mack Avenue, McClellan and Mack. Mm-hmm. We were right by Indian Village, and what you would see is, you would see dope fiends, you see grandmas, you see kids, you see nice old ladies running numbers. You see, you know, you saw all walks of life. It was to me like a Lackawanna Blues, but it was like the internet, but it was tangible internet. I saw all of the shit. No pop-ups. Everything was in your psyche. And I think that's what makes my poetry a little colorful as well, is because the richness, the experience that I got it from. So, you know, being in Detroit, you had great music, good food, Dinetta's Shrimp Shack. Oh my God. They closed, man. It's almost like, oh my God, I just needed the recipe. Y'all didn't have to close. No, but, you know, I saw a lot of mom and pops. I saw us do for self. We didn't really have food, supermarkets and stuff like that. So you knew people that grew food. We grew our food.
Oh, snap.
So we were, you know, Mississippi transplants. I was just the one that grew up in the city. They left the country and had me in the city.
Right.
But I still had all of that in my roots. So.
And when you say y'all grow food, like your mother and your father and everybody?
Yeah, everybody's agreeing. You plant, you grew your food. You know what I'm saying? Right. We all had gardens. Didn't matter that we was in the city in the snow. We still had gardens.
All right. When did you notice we got away from that? Did we get away from that in the D, or is it still the same way?
Some people do it, but I think we got away from it because the EPA really don't regulate. Mm-hmm. You know, and with the Flint water crisis going over there, you don't really want to plant too much in that dirt anymore now.
Most definitely.
Because they tore down half of the hood to put up Chrysler. That was when Lee Iacocca was at the helm. And all of that. So I remember when Lee Iacocca took the block, because we had coca on the block. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. It was a lot of stuff out there that you saw. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've seen I've seen many drugs. I've seen lots of alcohol, but I'm not an alcoholic or a drug abuse. You feel what I'm saying? Right. I've seen the influence of what that does to our community, though. So I'd rather just sit from, I can't judge them. I'm just glad I ain't take that route. We all could have lost our way.
Most definitely. When I talk to my father about that generation, right? Because you know, he make it seem like they didn't know what that's crack and stuff was going to do to them like it did.
No,
they just thought it was like weed.
I mean, it's kind of like what these kids think Molly is.
Mm-hmm,
you know, like it's recreational and it's put off as, you know,
it's
say,
marketed as.
Yeah, it's marketed as. But even with weed, they try to act like, oh, it's a gateway drug to cocaine. No, the hell it ain't.
Right.
It's two different ball games. But you tell kids that, so they run into cocaine, which is probably easier at some point than it was before weed was legalized, of course.
Let me ask you a different question. Do you think it's a gateway drug if you have an addictive personality?
Yeah, I mean, anything that you're doing 21 days, like even the quarantine,
right.
It's a habit.
Most definitely.
So we getting into this virtual thing that we never really wanted to get into till we had fear on the plate. So now we're going to eat this commodity of fear. Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. It's going to propel me to do my next big thing.
Right.
And when the whole world takes a pause, because we're going into the 21st century, we can't be doing what we was doing there. You think the cars get an upgrade and they ain't finna try to upgrade this slavery?
Right.
Come on.
I feel it.
The chokehold is on us now. So it's like, hey, you caught up me with my heels down. Kobe gone. Mm-hmm. You got to understand, like, we're on a litany of emotion. You know what I'm saying? And we as artists and writers, we got to take advantage of that. So I think that it being a gateway, you know what I'm saying? It being a gateway, I just think that all that propaganda guided us to a mentality. Mm-hmm. You remember Reefer Madness? Oh my God, you smoke that weed, you're gonna go killing people and all of this stuff. And you be like, nah, weed legal. So where that propaganda go?
Most definitely.
You know, what was all that for?
Let me ask you something. You said something that's important to me. You said that, you know, it's a new way of slavery. From your perspective, what is the new way they ready to usher in for us to be slaves?
Everybody online now, they letting you know that they can track your phone, letting you know, oh, I can just drop this money in your account because I knew what you had. I can just do this. I can do this. Come on. So you know way more than what you say you do. So let's go to apps. Mm-hmm. Let's go to apps. TikTok is an app made by these. I guess they called it. What they said they wanted all government agencies, their kids, to take the TikTok off their phone because they were tracking their movements.
Oh snap!
Like the app. But all the apps track your movement.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me ask: Do you think they attract it if you don't allow? Because you know it says allow or don't allow.
I think that's some bullshit.
You think it's just like it's just saying what it. Yeah.
Check this out: Vizio, Vizio. Mm-hmm. Them niggas, man. Let me tell you what they did. They TVs used to watch you. They used to look at you through your TV.
Right.
Didn't tell these people. So then they learned your spending habits, your eating habits, because you are a commodity. And we, black people, we how can I say, all the money in the hood.
Right.
It's right here. These other cultures are not here to not make bread.
Most definitely.
And why we can't make bread off of ourselves? We boycott ourselves.
Right. We do.
You know what I'm saying? We do that.
We talk down on ourselves.
We talk down on ourselves, but the thing about it is all that stuff is
some of us talk down on ourselves. I'll say it that way.
I mean, if we're weak and we don't see the example of it, you know, because here's the thing: if my practices are like they are, mm-hmm. and you never see black people doing it, I'm exemplifying my white man tactics mm-hmm. because I only can do what I've seen. But what do you feel? A lot of people are human doings instead of being human beings. You're a human being, not a human doing. So don't do human, be a human.
Most definitely.
And so most of these people, I'm going to do human today. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice. No. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So, you know, it's like.
That's real.
You can't. And like now, you know, like I guess getting up, like becoming an elder in the game now, I can't even, you know, like to me, not that I can't believe that I'm talking like this. I can't believe that I would have the opportunity to talk like this. Mm-hmm. Because when you've been running so long, doing a lot of things, seeing a lot of life, it's so much to put into words. So like if you can imagine, like this is garbled. We had to slow down. And if I'm feeling like this is just little old me. Imagine what the world must feel like. This is just a microcosm of what's going on.
Most definitely.
So you throw a virus in there. God, this might be God created a way to get us up out of a stronghold. He's taking some people because we don't know how we leaving. But I damn sure can't live in fear, thinking about the last day. Because if we knew the last day, we'll live like shit to the last day. Hey y'all, I'm out here tomorrow, so I'm going to church. I'm gonna go pray.
Right,
I'm gonna go, go get with my creator.
Right.
As I've been fucking off.
So you're not being human, being the fake human.
Doing human. I'm gonna be nice today.
I love that, doing human.
I'm gonna do human. You doing human?
It's funny you say that because
it's like a drug.
Yeah. At one of my features, I was telling people, I was like, it's almost like we don't know how to be human. And for you to say doing human, that's a better example of exactly what my thought process on it. Like, people don't know how to look each other in the eyes. People don't know how to have a regular conversation about just regular shit.
I mean, like I said, we come from a time frame where all of this stuff, the TV used to go off. I'm used to quiet.
Most definitely.
So when you tell people to be in a room by yourself, when you've been listening to noise for all your life.
Right. You've been taught how to think, when to eat, what to watch, when to take a shot. You in jail in the streets. And this is the first time you have time to really think for yourself. You've been told to go to school at this time. You've been told to go to work at this time. So now, can you really be human, like you said, instead of doing human?
And you had to do human because this is what convenience gave us. Convenience breeds the procrastination. We want somebody to do it. And so now, looking at it even through a poet's eyes, it's kind of like, hey, we waiting for somebody to save us, or do we save ourselves?
No, definitely.
And now we know that we save ourselves. We've been talking about this shit since the 90s, since the Goody Mob records, cell therapy, like a whole bunch of, we knew this time was coming. It's been in the books. But the thing about it is, by people not showing up to the poetry events, listening to some inspiring shit, like, we rather just get on this, now it's like they pull on our heartstrings. Niggas was on chicken 6 months ago. Now we on viruses.
Right.
Where we dying. But it depends on how they report it, because this is where you get your news from. So if I'm poisoning the water and telling your ass to drink, come on. I don't have to keep getting hit on the head to find out who hit me. The thing about it is, we need to use this opportunity to get together.
I agree.
To come together and galvanize.
I agree.
And this is what it's always been. But see, when you talk community and then you have to be community, some people can't be with themselves. So how the hell can you be with the community?
Right.
Let's love on ourselves so we can love. You know what I'm saying? We love what we do.
Love inward, so you can look outward.
Right. You can't be doing outsourcing till you do some ingoing, some incoming.
Most definitely.
You gotta love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a hug.
But the thing, it's funny we have this conversation. I think it's harder for some people to love themselves because they haven't been taught to love themselves. Society beat them down psychologically not to even love themselves, especially our people.
But if I could tell you how much shit I've been through. I just lost my best friend.
Oh, we're gonna get into
lost my son.
Right.
Lost my mom. Lost my father-in-law. Like a whole lot.
Right.
Like a lot of loss.
Right.
But we can't dwell in the losses because we still got to get W's.
Most definitely.
You feel me?
Most definitely.
They time have come, and now we have ancestors on that side. So my processing of that is really different because all of my career is running from mourning.
Most definitely.
Like, I don't want to be quiet. Right. And I can tell you, man, I was driving Uber for a couple of years, and then when it got quiet, and then you had to hear them voices, you had to hear all that shit you've been running from.
Right.
Because it ain't as busy as it used to be. No, we had this a long time ago. It didn't wait for the pandemic to come. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
We've been rolling with the minimum and making the maximum out of our lives. And this is where the richness comes from.
This is true.
So it don't depend on the value of money. And then we sit up here, we applauding $1 trillion. Man, that shit is monopoly money. It ain't backed by nothing.
Right.
The paper's printed on.
It's an illusion.
And if it ain't got my name on it, you ain't sending it out.
Right.
Nah, that ain't some double down pimp shit. if I ain't never heard, and you want to be on monopoly money. So, but this is the whole pride come before destruction. You want the credit. You want the credit. You gonna get it. You gonna get it.
I feel you.
And a lot of times we don't realize like this is the risk. Like people don't care. Like I put my value on people. So if that value goes down, that's because I view people different. I can control that.
Right.
I am a thermostat in that situation and not a thermometer.
Right.
I don't have to adapt to it. I will adjust.
Yeah. What you saying, I think that I agree with everything you said, but I believe that I could be wrong, but I just believe like your light, the way I think, the way you think, a couple other people think like this. That shit rare, bro. I don't think people will understand how special you are.
I know
to
that
think
it's
differently
rare.
than everybody.
I know that it's rare now, but I just used to assume, and I still I can't even assume. I make sure that I can learn something from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be the smartest one in the room because then, oh shit, I'm the battery pack. I don't like that.
You're getting drained.
Yeah. I only want to be the battery pack if I'm surrounded with batteries.
Most definitely.
But if I'm the only source of energy,
that shit could drain you.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
And you realize it. And
sometimes it can fuel you too.
I mean, it can fuel you.
When people get it.
It's how
when
you
they get
process it. It's how you
if
process
they get it.
it.
If you be in a battery and they get it, it can fuel you. But if you be in a battery and you're not getting it,
oh yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah, man.
Done.
We went far. All right.
I mean, yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Told you I got some interview for you.
No. I appreciate everything you talked to me about, bro. I appreciate your time more than anything. Your mother and father. Tell us something about your mother and father.
My mother and father met in Law, Mississippi. They were at Oak Park High.
Mm-hmm.
Law is, it just had a tornado hit the other night in Heidelberg. But mom off the farm, dad right down there in town in Law. My mom's from Blue Ridge. My mom was a hustler. My dad was a hustler. And they never married, but my dad stayed in Houston, and my mom, we were in Detroit. So I grew up in Detroit the whole time, and I would go to Houston. I go to Mississippi for the summer.
No, son.
My first time going to Mississippi by myself. Like I used to make the trip with my Uncle Odell. We be down, up and down like 75. Like this, I've been driving, like I've been a passenger. Like shotgun in the Cordova, boom, dipping out of Detroit to Mississippi like for years. And so by the time I was 9, in 1979, I went to Mississippi by myself on a Greyhound bus. And I'm thinking about that nowadays. You can't put a 9-year-old on a bus.
No, you can't.
I saw cats running guns, but the thing about it is I'm from Detroit. I saw somebody get shot in the face when I was 5. So moms kept me not really shielded, but, protected, but with a veil. Put this over your eyes. Don't look. But, little boys, we curious.
Most definitely.
I'm looking through, I'm looking. Man, they're like crazy over there. Across the street, it's a whorehouse. Around the corner, they running numbers. This is a dope house right across the street, too. My mom's right here selling barbecue right off of the porch. You know what I'm saying? When my classmates, my mama taught me that hustle. So when I got out there with my friends, penny candy, how we used to buy penny candy.
What's that?
The shit went up to 3 cents. I was like, oh no. I'm up in that bitch like an alderman. We will not stand for this. You get my one, you can't get 2 cents more. So I started going, my uncle had me, I was selling balloons, man. I would have like $100 in my pocket as a 9-year-old from working and hustling and grinding.
Oh, snap.
So, the hustle has been instilled in me. And the thing about it is, even though we move into another century, it's still products and services, as me and my cousin Focus like to say. It's products and services at the end of the day. What do you do? What do you provide? What can you bring to the table we not bringing? And that's what we try to do. We bring everything to the table, so you ain't got to need nothing, probably the napkins if you want it.
Speaking of napkins, you said that your mother sold barbecue.
Oh yeah.
What was her size?
She would have the baked beans and the potato salad, and she boiled the potatoes, and there were no raisins in the home. No. My dad, on the other hand, he went to the Navy. You know, I followed in his footsteps and did that. You know, he went to the Navy, got him a trade. He became a fireman, retired, became a bus driver. He'd been chilling in Vegas. I mean, not Vegas, but Houston. But he traveled all the time. He went out to LA a lot as a youngin'. So I could see that nomadic quality, you know, like go explore. You know what I'm saying? Like Lewis and Clark. So the whole thing is, my whole life has been an expedition.
When you was in the Navy, tell me about the Navy.
Navy was cool. I was in a medical profession. So, but I never wanted to be with the Marines. Because, you know, you always hear stuff. People plant stuff. Oh, Marines are crazy. The Marines are crazy. And I wound up going to Navy boot camp. I get to Navy boot camp. They needed a color guard. So I was like, you know, I carry the flag. I'm all gung ho. Just like the Boy Scout for big kids. So I get there. Hey, you're going to carry the Marine flag? No, I can't get the Navy flag? No, you're going to do the Marine flag. All right. So we in medical school. Class before us graduates, they send the whole damn class to Okinawa, Japan, which is with the Marines. So they had to go to the field, then boom, they go over to Okinawa. We were the next class. So instead of us going to hospitals, we thinking we going to hospitals. Oh, we about to go East Coast. We going to the East Coast. No. I wound up going. They was like, hey, you're gonna be a field med. I was like, field med, field. Sound like we were the Marines. Yeah, you are. You're a Marine corpsman. So I was like, what does that mean? You're going to boot camp again in 2 weeks. And I'm looking like, I just got out of boot. They telling me this at boot camp.
Right.
I'm graduating Navy boot camp to be told I'm about to go do Marine boot camp. Then I'm going to go do a duty station. And I'm sitting up here, man, all these exercises. Really, bro? But I can't complain because I learned close arm combat, arms, weapons, the whole... Like, it was really Boy Scouts on 10, but when I say it tested the fortitude, like hiking 20 miles, you know, like people, you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you don't know what you're doing until you're doing it. And that experience actually put, you know, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't allow my sons to do it now just because we're in a different time. People, their hate is really, really more acclimated to just really just showing out on us. Right. See, out there it was racist, but, you know, the thing about it is, if you was a good person, you still could get consideration. Nowadays, that ain't taking that consideration.
How long did you serve?
I served 8 years.
Oh, okay. Why did you ever think about retiring from that? Because a lot of people that I know that was in the Navy or any type of service, they'd be like, damn, I should have retired.
I wanted to, but due to the fact of how racist it was and how more conscious I was awakening, the two couldn't
coexist.
Light and dark can't be in the same place.
Most definitely.
So then I'm seeing the things that we're doing to people. Even with the flu shot, man, I used to be in the medical field. I used to have to get these boys the flu shot, and I feel guilt about that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, knowing what the flu is, and after waking up, you're like, oh, I'm waking up while I'm giving out the flu shot. Deuces. I'm gone. I ain't serving nobody no more death. I'm about this piece.
Most definitely.
And so me choosing poetry is me leaving the military. That was the next, that's what happened. I went from medical to poetry.
Were you writing before you went into the Navy?
Minimally. I was more so a creator of music, telling jokes, the silly dude in the room.
Well, you say you was telling jokes and stuff. So tell me what you was doing creatively before you went to the Navy.
Creatively going to the Navy, I was in the band. You know, I played trumpet.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I was in Detroit. So we was always around something popping. This is like the 90s. So, you know, concerts, you know, we were in Detroit. You know, when you hear my Detroit players, my Pink Gators, when Biggie put the verse, that was my homie Donald, Fat Donald, that used to, God rest his soul, used to be off Mack Avenue. He was one of these colorful characters. When you came to Detroit, you knew these people. These are influencing. I'm looking at peacocks all the way around there. You know what I'm saying? And cats will flash, like, you know, it's almost like Harlem. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to get too gaudy, but when you gaudy, you already know he hold. He got a pistol. Don't even run up on him. He looking like the bank. he probably leave you stinking.
Right.
If he look like he banking, he probably gonna leave you stinking.
Most
Don't try to go over there and take no ill-gotten gains. But the thing about what I liked about being in Detroit, it garnered that spirit, like the Motown. You felt like you always knew about Motown. We knew about Barry Sanders, and we also had Billy Sims, and but you didn't have, like, we never was the winning team per se.
Right.
We had the Pistons. The Pistons got down.
Most definitely.
So, but all that inspiration, we were accustomed to winning. So that winning spirit, when I went down to the out to the Navy, it ain't like I just didn't want to be in the Navy. It was almost like after you find out, like, oh, this is not a good fit. I still got my life ahead of me. I'm going to adjust because the way these people treat me, I can't take this another 12. And the 8 felt like this. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So money can't make me do that.
Most definitely.
So God never needed a safety net. So I moved on. Went to corporate America, did this, but when I went to corporate America, it felt like I was cheating on poetry. So I was like, I got to give her a chance.
What did you do in corporate America?
Worked at America Online.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at Cellular One, which is, I don't even know what cell company it became. It might be AT&T or something.
I think it's T-Mobile. It could be AT&T.
Well, no, it was AT&T because it was the AT&T that held the building. I worked in a call center type thing.
Oh, okay.
I did dialysis. I worked a forklift at Lowe's. You name it, I done it. And then going to poetry, I used to be a bill collector, a dialer operator. So the phone, the robo messages, they replaced me with that.
Oh, snap. When you said that you felt like you were cheating on poetry, break that down. I know what you mean, but
when it felt like I was cheating on poetry, it felt like I wasn't giving myself a time to blossom into something. I'm not planting the seed. At least I planted the seed, but I'm not watering it. So for me to expect something and not put nothing on it, it's that's insane. You feel me?
Most
so
definitely.
I had to go water the plant, and what I did is I took some time. And a lot of this is in my other interviews, but I just celibate for like 9 months. Got to myself, chill,
right.
Cut all the outsiders out. When I cut the outsiders out, I was able to introduce myself to all of these other things that I wasn't entertaining because I was entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you basically, how did you know how to do that?
Hell, inspiration. I had a keyboard like when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But
I'm
you hear stuff.
How did you know to cut people off and dig into your own thought process to learn yourself better? How did you know to do that?
That was a part of the awakening up, going to Apache, and then you finding out it's so many other things that people have belief systems, and then you just start seeing stuff that oh, okay, I never tried yoga. Let me try this yoga. Let me see what this do.
Mm-hmm.
So start fasting, and then when you start fasting, you get that spiritual clarity, and then it's like, damn, oh wow. So then when that third eye get woke, it's bing, and it comes on.
Yeah, you can't cut it off.
Like, whoa,
you can't cut this shit off.
Whoa. So now it's like, oh shit, this is responsibility. Okay. It's almost like finding out you're one of the X-Men, you're a mutant, so you can't just go out and share this stuff with people.
Yeah, and you can't be normal no more because you're not normal now.
Because you know different.
Yeah.
And
if you knew better, you do better.
Right.
Yeah.
And so once you do that, once you've already come across that threshold, this is the benchmark from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like, damn, I need to take this serious. What can I do? So I started studying with tones, meditating, stuff like that. I don't give away all of the horse because people try to use it against you. It's stuff you keep to yourself.
What's that?
You always keep, I got a master key. I like to watch, you ever watch Money Heist?
Money. I'm watching it now. On Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching it now.
I'm
only on episode 1, so I'm not way deep.
Okay. So yeah, but it's almost like the writers of Ozark, and like they always can get Jason Bateman out of it. The thing about it is, just like the lady that wrote The Matrix, she wrote herself in there, the Oracle.
Right.
So if you look at the Matrix, that's John the Baptist. Morpheus is John the Baptist with Neo Jesus.
Most definitely.
You can see the book. So then the black lady put herself in there. Ingenious. That's what we do as a people. And you can't That's why, like, so people try to find out what your secret ingredient is. The sauce.
I could tell people my secret ingredient. My secret ingredient is I'm being me. You can't be me.
That's it.
You can't.
You can't.
Like, I can never be Abyss. I can be the best milk I can be, but I can't be Abyss. It's some things that Abyss do that I might can do, but it's impossible to duplicate you.
Exactly.
It's impossible. That's the secret ingredient. Figure out a way to be yourself.
I think that's the beauty of us being a community. Mm-hmm. I ain't got to be you. We can all be something and make a puzzle piece.
Most
instead of us just being, like we coagulated and being trafficked. Like, do you smell how the air smell now? Mm-hmm. And you don't even notice that.
Yeah,
it's the subtle things.
Yeah.
So we looking at, 5G, it's a lot of things. One thing, the hunted don't have to be told it's being hunted. And it's rarely ever told. They never waged war with us, but we always duking it out with these fuckers.
Most definitely.
Excuse me.
No, you good. You good. I understand exactly what you said.
You feel me?
But the thing is, it's funny because it's like you was talking about your third eye, but it's a lot of people sleep, bro. This conversation we having right now, you start talking that shit to some people, they be like, "Oh, it ain't them. It's us. We need to." And it is us. We do need to make some changes, but it is a war against us. We are being hunted.
We got to realize, like, if your enemy studies you, why don't you study them?
Agreed.
It's war.
Agreed.
It is. And see, that's why I'm thankful for what the military did. I got a trade. I understand what practicing medicine is. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker don't know too much more than I do.
Right.
We in the age of info.
It's all out there.
Dude, I'm training kids that don't read books. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, the indigos are here. So we have an old way of thinking and we trying to hold on to it, but we done introduced this Pandora's box. Do we go back? No. Because then we either lagging, they slowing us down and we trying to slow even the slowdown.
Right.
It's probably accelerated past this. But because they done dragged and made money off you so long, they made you stupid. Because it made you a consumer. A dumbass consumer. To the point you can't tell when somebody's selling you some shit.
Right.
Like a flu shot.
Right.
You know how many times we got to fight with the damn doctors? When we taking our kids in here to be seen? I don't feel like doing this shit with you. How many times you got to ask me? 5? Well, I got 5 times the opportunity to cuss you out then. No, 4. Because I'm going to speak to you the first time and then you don't get it. Everything else there is going to be clearly this brother do not want to be bothered about this.
Right. I don't give my kids a flu shot either, but can you speak to why it's not best to give your kids flu shots? Or even for you for adults to take flu shots?
In my heart of hearts, I don't know what's in that shot. Mm-hmm. We haven't introduced foreign particles to their bodies outside of what's in this food, which ain't no telling what that is, but I don't have to develop an immune system for something that you're building. If you don't have to build that, we don't, God don't make nothing give you sniffles and then you got kidney failure. Mm-hmm. You losing these things. You guys are very, it's crazy how they do that. You have a patent on that. And the person that got the patent got the cure. Go on with that Dr. Evil shit. We good. We've seen this in the movies. So here's the thing. Now it's upon you. They trying to inflict it upon you. And it's almost like we haven't been together so long, we don't even know how to act. It's a wake-up call now. They've been telling us they now you know that you got to care about yourself, your people. You need a circle.
Exactly.
You can't be just you. All of us, somebody got to go get the toilet paper. Somebody got to go get the minerals. We got to team up. Shout out to Jay White. You know what I mean? We got to team up so we can do this cooperative economics. And here's the thing. If they put $3 trillion that ain't backed by nothing, and they just gave you your tax money as your stimulus check, we cutting up about this check like we did the Popeye's chicken sandwich.
I peeped that ball when you said that a couple months ago was the chicken, and then now it's the I peeped that.
Yeah. So but they watching when you say this addictive, we got an addictive culture. Mm-hmm. So like now, it's more so, it ain't even addictive. See, anything you do in 21 days is the habit. So we've been cooped up for like a month. Oh, I'm starting to get used to this. And you're going to get used to it. And they're going to keep doing it till you get used to it. So here's the thing. When I became a poet, I stopped getting used to it. I don't want to get used to it now. I think me being uncomfortable feels the best for me. Because this comfort, something about that evil, don't ever bring justice my way. Ever.
I feel you.
You feel me?
I feel you.
In my people. The diaspora, like it ain't, it's not coming. And so when we sit and we wait on that, now we get caught off our heels. What I like about it, I ain't heard nothing really about black on black crime, which is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely down, especially in Chicago out here. But then their murder is up. We ain't got to worry about us killing us if they're killing us. We need to find out what that's about. And us, on the other part of that, we got to take better care of ourselves.
I agree.
If the people feeding you is the people that's killing you, why you still, you know?
Can you say that again? That's a bar. That's a fucking bar right there.
If the people that's feeding you, that's killing you, all this shit is Bunsen and Beakers.
Right.
This lab rat shit.
Yeah.
And you eating this cheese.
And if you want to go to if you want to add on to what you said, the school shit, the fucking medical, all of it.
Wait till the reboot come. Shit ain't got ugly yet. It's getting uglier.
Oh, he told me this is a test run.
Yeah. Yeah. Because when the full clamp come in, this is the opportunity now to find out what we're going to do. This is when the brainstorm needs to be. It should have been already in progress. But now it is nigh. The time is nigh.
Here's one thing the stuff you're talking about, these are the type of things I think about. But my question to you is this. My main thing is, what plan do we all have in place? Whereas though, for our water, for, like you say, back in the day when your people was younger, they planted food. What is our, like, hunting? Like, it's certain, just basic shit that we gotta have set up for us.
And see, it is conversations like that is what the poet has to hear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The poet takes that and transcribes that into inspiration, to motivate, to move the masses. We have to move the masses in such a way that we have to craft pieces in the sense of they understand the urgency. See, it used to be the shit was falling on deaf ears. Oh, it's great, it's entertainment. Oh, we got through the entertainment stepchild phase. But it began with us. It's going to end with us. It says start with the word, it's going to end with the word. Whether we doing it digitally, enhanced, this is all tangible things like that we can take advantage of now. And we never really take advantage of the small things. And a lot of that is just being quiet. Quiet. Just listen. Listen to life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a poet, just listen to this shit. Then write it. What's coming to you? Do you ever turn your TV off? Do you get away from the noise? Have you ever been quiet? Do you hate being alone with yourself? With that bullshit, hashtag alone together? What kind of bullshit? Alone together. Yeah. Oh, man. I that's what I hate about this society right now, though. It's a hashtag and theme music and that shit in 20 minutes. And it almost like, I think they be cooking this shit up at the G20. Like, if it's on a video game, I'm pretty damn sure they had inspiration.
Most of them.
You feel me?
Yeah.
All this shit feel like Black Ops. Tom Clancy wrote it. Just like he ripped it out the book. Okay, we're going to drop gas on these guys. We're going to put this dumbass Cheeto in the office. It's just going to be blunderous.
Oh, it's all a game. It's definitely all a fucking game.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all a game.
And my thing as a poet, I think if we just stay inspiring, you know, look for the win. The loss is coming.
Mm-hmm.
The losses are coming.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand, if you're going to be in that number, you better make sure that life is for the living. And that's what, losing my son and all of this, he let me know that he was straight before he left.
Right. When you because this is the second time you lost your son. When did you lose your son?
Probably about a year and a half ago.
I did not know that. I'd have reached out. I apologize. I didn't know.
No, I mean, but my thing is, it ain't even a no thing, and that's how that's that alone together shit that I be talking about.
Yeah.
We on the internet, like I can see you tangibly,
Right.
but then the internet had your ass thinking you close as hell,
Right.
way away.
What you just said, I had this thought yesterday. I said I was gonna write a poem about it. I said we been social distance, doing the social distance before the social distance.
Mm-hmm.
But
you got to understand, social distancing is what they did when they don't come to the poetry shows. I don't want to come to that lame shit. Word, okay. So now, people want to hear some of that lame shit.
Right.
Because Drip can't get your ass up out of this.
Yeah,
No, it's cool for a minute. You can't entertain me during these times.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get up in here.
The drip culture you talking about, the trap culture you talking about,
Mm-hmm.
that's part of the marketing scheme to kill us. I said to my thought, because I was analyzing, I said,
Mm-hmm.
to be, take Drake, J. Cole, not Drake, you take J. Cole, Kendrick, maybe Wale, all right, take them to the side. Besides that, most of the culture is push, trap, kill us and stuff like that. To be the number one artist, besides the people I named before, you got to figure out a way to kill us and make us dance to it at the same time.
Oh, yeah. And here's the thing. There's no balance. You get it. We'd probably be cool if it was balanced.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't no balance.
But you know why there's no balance? For my thought process, I said this in another interview.
Nobody ain't going to take money out their mouth. They ain't going to bet on both sides.
No, they ain't going to bet on us, because if we bet on us, we going to wake these motherfuckers up. And then it's going to kill it'll kill a whole system.
They know.
The stuff you talking about, this killer system thought the process.
But the thing about it is, I think that's why I've been the slow burn. I'd rather be the slow burn.
Yeah.
I don't need all that shit. I still got a hairline.
Right.
You feel me?
Most definitely.
If I be in that bullshit, I probably wouldn't have a hairline. And not that it's that important, but understand that, like, living in today's society, like, I've kept my old way of thinking. I'm an analog to kick it with the digital.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel what the digitals are doing, but I'm still analog.
Most definitely.
It's that solid state.
I feel it.
All day.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
So you gotta fine tune my 56 on up.
I feel that. I feel that 100%, bro.
So that's that's what I'm learning in the game, and now I'm realizing this shit is kind of like, you feel like Neo once he saw the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, so okay, so I'm still on stage, but I can see the numbers now. Okay, so my thing is, I always wanted to be up here with other people. I ain't got to be the only light, because when it's just me, it's going to be a problem.
Right.
So this is why I go and mentor the children. I mentor to some adults. I do peer mentorship, everything. The thing about it is, I make sure that I'm a value and an asset, so it's reciprocated. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what we have to do as poets. And we can't be so caught up in, hey, listen to my CD. Nobody want to hear CD right now. What your story sound like?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Say, listen to my CD.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, like, I just started. I'm about to put my CD out. Okay, what's your background? Like,
Basically, did you do the work?
Basically, is your life like that?
Right.
Because it don't even matter if you did the work. If your life like that, nigga, your life is the work.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, you live what you do what you live. So a lot of times, and that's when you're not fictional writing, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking of when you get that soul stirring shit. You got people that really stir your soul. Like, you remember them, like, oh my God, what was that? Oh God, like, man, that moves you.
Most definitely.
You know
exactly the same stuff you talking about that woke you up and changed you at Apache.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff that you talked about earlier in the interview,
And you're exposed to these people.
Mm-hmm.
So they're telling you, like, dang, I've never thought about that. Let me go research this. Then you wind up learning something about yourself after doing a best practices thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't wake up with the tones. Like, I remember when my buddy Nanya used to rock with semi-precious stones.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't rocking with it. You know, I didn't have any. But then when I started doing the research on you know, wife made a necklace for me. Next thing you know, I was like, hey, let me get this one. What does this mean? And then you start watching. It had me researching sage. So then, you know, I'm into a whole nother different type of lifestyle now that, you know, okay, damn, I ain't even consider this. I remember when this stuff used to stink to me.
Right. It's funny you said that because one of my questions I want to ask you that's on my paper, it said, how did you make the transition? Because when I look back at you on HBO Def Jam, you got a Arex leather coat on, you got the braids in your hair, you fresh off the block. You fresh off the block, bro.
I had a block.